Right at the beginning of my Lenten journey, I was thinking, as indeed many of us were, about the stories of the temptations of Jesus. I've been thinking about that for the last couple of weeks throughout the rest of Lent, thinking about how Jesus handled difficulties, challenges, and turned them into opportunities. And of course, the thing that made a difference, not just then, but throughout his life, was a life of prayer. It comes to our attention in Holy Week through the story of Gethsemane, when the disciples suffered a remarkable failure of nerve. Jesus was praying and they didn't know what to do. Fancy not just choosing to join him at that moment. But actually that was a lifelong thing for Jesus, was the notion that prayer was really important. That story that Luke tells about Jesus as a 12-year-old in the temple, he went there for prayer in the first instance and then engaged in conversation with those who were around him. But throughout his life, retreating for prayer, to stay in touch with God and what God is doing and what God was doing in and through his life, was always important. And of course, eventually, it continues to the very end, as he prays on the cross. I've been thinking about this in relation to our mission quite a lot. We spend an awful lot of time today talking about strategies. We buy programs that promise some kind of revival or renewal. We invest in creating an image for ourselves that we think will somehow promote the message to the wider population. We go out looking for funding as if money is going to solve everything. I wonder how it would be if we applied ourselves to prayer. Just thinking of previous generations that I've known, the prayer meeting, gathering for prayer, was a central part of church life, and indeed it still is in many churches around the world today. I wonder how it would be if we applied ourselves to prayer in the face of all the challenges and opportunities that face us. Prayer is free. It's not going to cost you anything, but it's not cheap. That's for sure. Think about that. It's free, but it isn't cheap. I wonder what we could do about that. Because prayer works. Something to think about as we enter into Holy Week.